And what you were saying earlier, Officer Ramirez, is the fact that, you know what, these guys may think they can get away, and even on a motorcycle, but you've got those helicopters up above, and you know exactly where this person is headed, where they'll end up. But you decided not to follow on the ground with any units on the freeway.
That is correct. We do have units standing by. Looks like he's transitioning through what we call our East LA area, and we do have units nearby. But the decision was made to just follow him via air, again, because of the way he is riding on our freeways here and the rate of speed at which he's been traveling and the unsafe movement. So, again, we don't want him to take a spill. We don't want him hurt. We don't want him to hurt anybody else. So, again, this is the best possible situation we can, scenario, if you will, in which we can monitor this rider.
And in a situation like this, obviously you do have ground units who are standing by and ready to move if and when the pursuit comes to an end. Would that be the same scenario with paramedics? Are they standing by, or do you call them in at the conclusion?
In a situation like this, we would call them in at the conclusion because, again, we don't know where it's going to wind up. All we can do is prepare our units on the ground that are in the vicinity to respond in the event we are able to effect an arrest on this suspect. And if there are injuries here due to a collision, or if he takes a spill here, we will call the local fire department to help us in treating this rider.
Officer, at this point, do you know if this is a male, female, if they have any sort of criminal record?
No problem. I've been monitoring our log, and I don't have that information. It has not come through to us just yet. We're still trying to account as to what happened, what transpired before this rider took off. And again, we have people working on that right now, but as of just yet, it has not reached our log.
Mark Kono has been tracking this for the past several minutes. Mark, it looks like he's transitioning off the freeway. Where are we?
We are northbound on the 5 freeway. He just exited, we're going to verify, but I believe he just exited Indiana Street, and he's just kind of made a U-turn on that kind of frontage road here, and now he's turning back kind of parallel southbound the 5 freeway, and it looks like he may be slowing down, and there he goes again. Yeah, southbound on that frontage road, just on the north side of the 5 freeway here. So now that CHP unit that you see in trail of him, he just got onto the northbound 5 freeway at Olympic behind this rider, and coincidentally the rider decided to get off the freeway right at Indiana, and that put this CHP cruiser right in a position to be able to get right up behind him here. Now that guy, the rider, is traveling at a very high rate of speed. The cruiser is doing the best he can at this point to keep up with him, but keeping well, quite a bit of distance behind. Now as that rider makes a southbound turn, it looks like, I'll get the street for you here, but it looks like he's going to be coming out of East LA and in towards the City of Commerce and back onto the northbound 5 freeway. So here we go, back on the northbound 5 freeway for this motorcycle rider and this pursuit. He's getting on the freeway from Olympic, and he'll be getting past Indiana here shortly. But again, 5 freeway transitioning very quickly into the number 2 and number 1 lanes of traffic here, straddling lanes in and out, and very dangerous and at very high rates of speed.
Officer Ramirez from the Highway Patrol watching this along with us. Officer Ramirez, you see him going in and out of traffic here, getting very close to being squeezed between vehicles. And we're still northbound on the 5, I believe, in the East LA area. If in fact, go ahead, Mark.
We've got a traffic break. We've got a traffic break. They're going to try and stop him right here. They're going to try and stop him. A CHP motor officer getting down off his bike. Now he's going to try and take him down at gunpoint. There he is. And now this guy, the CHP officer, is basically taking this guy into custody. What just happened here in the past 10 seconds or so was a CHP officer conducting a traffic break ahead of this motorcycle rider, stopped traffic. He got in front of this motorcycle rider, got off his bike. His bike, in fact, fell on the ground that you see there, and the motorcycle rider basically at that point had no choice but to drop his bike, and now he's being taken into custody. So, wow, look at the actions of this CHP officer as he takes this guy into custody. Don't know what this guy's wanted for other than failure to yield. It might have been just some sort of a traffic infraction or traffic violation, but there you go, the end of a long plane pursuit here on a motorcycle coming through East LA, northbound on the 5, just past Indiana.
Wow, what a great piece of police work there. Officer Ramirez, don't know if you saw that, but one of your motorcycle officers pulled a traffic brake ahead of this motorcyclist and then single-handedly took him down.
Yes, I just got a glimpse of that, and it looks like our officer made that decision at that point that he felt safe enough to where he could actually effect that arrest there at that location, and looks like everybody is safe, and this suspect is in custody now, which is good for everybody. Finally get him off the roadway here, traveling the way he was traveling.
And the helmet's coming off. He put up a fight. He did not make it easy for the officer to put him in cuffs.
No, and you know, I want to say, you know, it goes to show you that this officer looks like he's in good shape, and he knew what he was doing there. And again, that makes all the difference in the world for our officers, knowing what they're supposed to be doing, and being able to take a suspect into custody the way he did.
Yeah.
So,
and he put himself, Officer Ramirez, at great risk there, because if this person had accelerated, he could have run right into him. Instead, the officer was able to stop him with his motorcycle, jumped off, and then took him down at gunpoint without, I don't want to say without incident, but without any further violence.
That is correct. Again, successful arrest here, and you know, this will all be played out in you know, in one of our offices. They'll go over this scenario. But again, the important thing here is the suspect was taken into custody, and our officer is fine, and he managed to put the cuffs on this suspect and get him over to a patrol vehicle. So again, successful termination to this pursuit that could have been, you know, so much more dangerous for a lot of motoring folks out there on our freeways.
You're absolutely right about that. It could have been a horrific ending, considering the speeds at which this motorcyclist was traveling.